Today in Milwaukee, bowling takes center stage in right field at Miller Park. It's the first regular season event of the season, and who's hungry for bowling? It's a major debut. This is the USBC Masters, coming your way live from Milwaukee. And we welcome you inside Miller Park, the home of Major League Baseball's Milwaukee Brewers. What a way to open up the season with a major, the USBC Masters, and let's meet today's finalist.
Seven-time Denny's PBA Tour titleist is looking for his second career major title. Today, he looks for his first USBC Masters crown. From Yorkville, Illinois, Steve Jarris. The Denny's PBA Tour's all-time titles leader is gunning for his second USBC Masters title. Today, he looks for his record-tying 8th major championship. From Ocala, Florida, Walter Ray Williams Jr. The 2004-05 PBA Player of the Year makes his return to Miller Park after finishing second in the 2004 USBC Masters. From Wesley Chapel, Florida, PA Patrick Allen. Today's top seed is one of the Denny's PBA Tour's brightest young stars. Today, he looks to improve his TV record to 7-0 and win his first career major. From Wichita, Kansas, Sean Rash. These are your finalists competing for the title in the 2007 USBC Masters.
For the second time in 3 years, it is a stadium setting here in Milwaukee that welcomes the world's top rollers as ESPN welcomes you to our hour-and-a-half worth of live coverage of the 2007 USBC Masters. I'm Rob Stone, proud to be here today. Joining me, 13-time PBA champion Randy Peterson, and joining us now, 42-time winner Walter Ray Williams Jr. taking on that man, Steve Jarris. Jarris has spent 22 years, more than half his life, on the PBA Tour, and today he pursues his second major title, taking on Walter Ray. He is third all-time with 7 major titles. Jarris will open us up. That's the way to start things off.
And Rob, this is kind of like the David versus Goliath matchup. Steve Jarris has had a really nice career over the years. Really flies under the radar. He's taking on the all-time winner, Walter Ray Williams Jr.
From Ocala, Florida. Seeking his 43rd title. A little devilish grin on his face there, too. Drops the 7-pin.
When you make television as many times as Walter Ray has in his career, it's easy to smile. He's probably the only guy today in this building that isn't nervous.
Guy's an accomplished athlete in just about everything he does. He'd be like a family picnic triathlete between horseshoes, bowling, and golf. Got it again.
Walter Ray playing that familiar outside line.
Time now for the Motel 6 matchup. We see how these two shape up. Averages pretty darn close. In fact, just about everything close this week between these two guys.
Both players had perfect 300 games. Walter Ray, a lot of experience. into the arena finals. In fact, he's got more televised games bowled in the arenas than anybody else on tour.
4 balls, 4 strikes here in the quarters. Nice start, gentlemen. Steve Jarris has gone 42 events since his last victory. Lives just outside of Chicago, so a brief commute for him up here to Milwaukee.
His second Masters show. Said he played outside around the first arrow most of the time this week. Right now he's in, hooking it just a little bit.
Nothing but strikes so far. Can we make it 6 for 6 here at Miller Park? No.
And this is what happens when your opponent's playing just slightly inside of your line. He uses up a little bit of Walter Ray's hold area. Walter Ray gets that ball left of target, just a pinch, and it goes high.
Walter Ray threw 2 300 games this week here in qualifying. Will not get one this time. No problem on that pickup.
.48 years of age, Walter Ray bowled 25 games on Friday. Said he still feels good, his health is still good. Every now and then, just a slight twinge in his left knee, but nothing serious.
Hey, at our age, we all have twinges in something at some point. Whips that one in. Pater bounces back after that spare. Claim another strike. His 3rd and 4 frames. It's been nothing but strikes thus far for Jarris. He's not flashy, but consistent. As we mentioned, this is 22nd year on the tour. More than half of his life has been spent on the road bowling.
And 17 years in a row, he's made at least one telecast. Steady Eddie Jarris, looking for 4 in a row.
Come on.
4-bagger. I like it. Great start.
Steve Jarris is not afraid. When he won his first major a couple of seasons ago, he had to beat Norm Duke to do it. So it doesn't matter to him if it's Walter Ray Duke. Pretty good company there. Walter Ray, the leader, 23 seasons in a row with making at least one TV appearance.
Not trying to jinx Jarris, but he did have one 300 game already this week.
Roll up.
There is no jinx. Attaboy, Steve. Way to fight me off. 5 for 5 as we take a look at our tournament format, and it is a step-ladder final. The winner here will take on number 2 seed Patrick Allen. The victor there will then duel 25-year-old Sean Rash with $100,000 on the line.
486 players started this event.
They are dropping them. It's like Prince Fielder out here today. Nothing but home runs.
.277 amateurs started this event, 17 females. Carolyn Doran Ballard, who will be helping us with some sideline reporting today, actually became the first woman ever to bowl a perfect 300 game in the USBC Masters.
Let me tell you, these two guys are on. What a great start. Still to come, the summer that was in the PBA. Randy duels a robot. Yeah, you heard me right. But first, rapper and bowling fan Archie Diggy Jones takes us to break.
New PBA.
no pin standing. Welcome everybody, these the best in the world. From the best amateurs to the ones on tour. 1 strike, 2 strikes, 3 strikes, 4. You throw the 5th one, then the crowd yells more. The table is set, and look at what they gave you. The Walters, the Dukes, the Webbers, the Schlegels. Blood, sweat, tears, the lanes are demanding. The slogan for the year is leave no pin standing. PBAESPN, prestigious event, show the man amongst men. Focus on your mark, every shot wants in. You know they got game, but the heart's what wins. Your name on the trophy, the top of the charts. It's a legend in this game, this is where it all starts. The state of the cheese has the Green Bay Packers. Milwaukee, Wisconsin says, welcome to the Masters. Welcome to the Masters. Leave no pin standing. The Masters, the Masters. Leave no pin standing.
The USBC Masters is brought to you by Denny's. Denny's always works. By Motel 6, official lodging partner of the PBA. By Lumber Liquidators, hardwood flooring for less. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com. For just the 7th time, the PBA's first regular season event is a major. Nothing like knowing where you stand from the get-go. Jarris is standing and staring at 5 consecutive strikes. Time now for the Lumber Liquidators Know the Wood and a special Masters oil pattern today, Randy.
Rob, the oil pattern is 39 feet, and the USBC had 2 goals in mind. One, they wanted to create multiple angles to the pocket, and second, they wanted the oil pattern to hold up, and they accomplished both of those. You see these 2 players right now in our first match playing 2 different lines. How do I know that? Because Digitrack, which gives me our stats this week, is telling me that Steve Jarris is laying it down around the 10th board, throwing it out to about the 9th board, and Walter Ray is playing straight up the 4th board.
Give him 6 straight.
Digitrack is a digital tracking device that shows accurate ball motion. We're tracking ball speed, ball location at the arrows and at the break point, and right now Steve Jarris is perfect.
Both these bowlers here in the quarterfinals through 300 games this week. 8 total were rolled here in Milwaukee. Gets down!
What did you think? You were going to see 300?
Yeah, I was. Then I'll expect a 300 game every time I roll into town.
Right.
Great start from Jarris.
Well, this one just gets a little light, leaves the shaker 7, but you know what? This could have struck as well.
Piece of cake. So Jarris with a nice opening lead here in the quarterfinals. Walter Ray. He's got to make some headway here, but he's working on back-to-back-to-back strikes. Strike will cut his deficit to 11.
Wow. Poorly thrown. He misses this off his hand, gets a little bit wide, and it doesn't recover from out there. Walter Ray knows he's in trouble now because the best he can do is put himself in the 250s. Steve Jarris can strike out and shoot 279.
This is a rather large hole. Walter Ray has dug himself. Cleans that one up. Still down 24. With a win today, Walter would tie 2 legends for most career major titles. But his hopes of getting in the semifinals are rather dim and slim right now. Needs to make up some serious turf here in the 8th frame. That'll help the cause.
Yeah, at this juncture now, you're hoping for your opponent to leave like a pocket split, a blowout 7-10 or a 4-9 to let you back in the ball game. And that's probably the only chance Walter Ray will have of winning. Steve Jarris has not missed the pocket yet in 7 frames, and a commanding 24-pin lead getting set for his 8th frame.
Started the game with 6 straight strikes, a spare, and now striker down again. He is in a groove. Well, Jarris started strong as well last season, kind of faded, finished 23rd in the world point rankings. And he's off to a pretty good start this year as well. He's up 24. Strike would take him to plus 34.
One time.
There's a double.
Steve Jarris hooking it a bit, finding the 1-3, and that all but seals the deal. Walter Ray must strike situation, 9th and 10th frame.
Get down, 10.
Timber!
Now the best Walter Ray can hope for is a 255.
Watch late 10, 6 goes to the sidewall. Just catches enough of that 10-pin.
Gravity had to earn that one. Fighting it hard. Walter Ray looking for a turkey. That's a bowling term I just learned. I don't understand it, but let's eat. Turkey's on the plate. Seriously, I have no idea why they call it a turkey, but I love it. And every time there's 3 strikes in a row, I'm going to say the word turkey. My goal this year is to come up with a term for 4 strikes in a row.
Well, we usually call it 4-bagger.
Well, I know, but I want something a little sexier.
Okay.
But we're looking for a 4-bagger right now.
And with a strike here, he will force Steve Jarris to mark in the 10th frame.
The vet knocks it down.
Walter Ray knows he was like 1 shot away from possibly winning this match. He's still not out of it. Steve Jarris still has to finish the 10th. But that 2-4-5 he left in the 7th frame may prove costly.
Big pressure roll here.
.254, he forces Steve Jarris to get good mark, or excuse me, good count and a mark. 1 strike here, it's all she wrote.
What is he doing right there before he...
A little moisture in the finger holes.
All
Normally
right.
the guys do it in the thumb hole. Gives you a nice, secure grip.
It's like he's whispering sweet nothings to his ball. I like that. A little moisture. Jarris in the 10.
Right on, come on.
What a great shot.
That's nice bowling.
That's money.
Great ball this week, man. Awesome.
And it's all over but the shouting. Jarris moves on to the semifinals. Finish strong.
This season, Steve Jarris is not locked into any one manufacturer. He's allowing himself to throw different equipment, and he says he thinks it's really going to pay off for him this season. Boy, did it pay off for him this game. He's going to take on our lone southpaw, Patrick Allen.
Nothing but strikes outside of that 7th frame.
Again, great ball, man.
Where he dropped 9 and then cleaned it up. A 279 for Jarris. Cruises over Williams, who had a very quiet but strong 254. But Jarris was in control of this one from the get-go. So next up for Jarris, is the lone lefty in our final foursome. The 2004-2005 PBA Player of the Year, Patrick Allen. Coming up next, David Letterman makes an appearance. Kind of. And we watch bowlers hang out with guys who like a lot of left turns. We'll explain about summer vacation PBA style when our coverage returns to Milwaukee. Last night, the USBC held its annual Bowl Fest, a celebration for bowling fans to check out the Miller Park experience. Hall of Famers Marshall Holman and Mark Roth dueling in the annual Legends match. The two have combined for 56 Denny's PBA titles. Great opportunity for fans to check out these two legends. They still got their game, Randy.
They got a lot of games. Two Hall of Famers. Mark Roth still holds the record for career wins in a season with 8.
Also unveiled the new Dream Team for Team USA. For the first time ever, PBA pros allowed to compete for the Stars and Stripes International competition, plus some trick shots.
Check out Carmen.
Carmen Salvino, the bumper pool-esque style shot. Norm with the old towel shot.
The first, the second, and...
Is that a Brooklyn strike?
That's Brooklyn.
I like it. See, I'm paying attention. I'm learning. And we welcome you back to Miller Park as we take an updated look at our brackets. And Steve Jarris, the number 4 seed, knocking off Walter Ray, and he'll be taking on Patrick Allen. Those two standing by downstairs with Carolyn Doran-Ballard. Hi, Carolyn.
Hi, everybody. Steve, 279. You love the arena setting. Nerves a little bit less, feeling a little more confident?
Well, obviously with the amount of strikes I threw, I'm a little more confident, but unfortunately I think I'm still going to need to strike that much bowling against PA. I mean, he's going to be a tough match anytime we bowl, and he's been in this environment before, so looking forward to having some fun, though.
Good luck.
Thank you.
PA, you by far, thanks PA, you by far love the arena setting, have been very successful. You're the only left-hander on the show. You feeling it's an advantage or not?
I think it can be. It matters how you manipulate the lanes in practice, trying to burn up a little bit a spot for yourself so you have a little more area to throw at. And I thought I've done it, but they're striking a lot too, so we'll see what happens.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And we look forward to their semifinal contest. Thank you, Carolyn. See how the seeds fare through history at this tournament. Jarris is the number 4 seed. He's moved on. He would become the first number 4 seed to ever win a USBC Master if he's able to pull off 2 more victories. So Patrick Allen, the number 2 seed, Steve Jarris, the number 4 seed, getting ready to roll here in Milwaukee. And Jarris will start us off. He started the quarterfinals with 6 straight strikes. Leaves the 10 hanging.
He didn't leave one 10-pin the entire last match. And when it's a weak 10, that's usually not a good sign. We'll see what type of an adjustment that Steve Jarris makes. That ball hits a little weak. Got to get the ball into the pocket on a little bit sharper angle to carry that 10-pin out.
Picks up the mark.
Oh.
Not a bad start, but certainly not as good as this quarterfinals. And here's Patrick Allen, the lone lefty in our Final Four, just relocated to Wesley Chapel, just outside of Tampa, Florida. Nicknames Slick Mop and Moppers. We're gonna have to work on that one as well. I don't think PA likes those, and I can't blame him. And he walks away.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I'll make up for it somehow.
Not really sure what
Not for
happened.
me.
I think he heard something in the crowd. We have Patrick Allen mic'd up. Let's see what he gives us after this roll.
Oh, good shot, bro. There, not really.
That's a Brooklyn strike.
Right you are, my friend.
Now, did he say that's a good bowl? I mean, that's not a good bowl.
He was confused. He said, oh, that's a good one. Oh, maybe not. And then it crossed over and went Brooklyn.
See how much I like banks so I can cash it in.
There's nothing wrong with Brooklyn. Just a different way to do things.
Woo.
So Allen starts with the strike. He's talking to himself today.
That's normal for PA.
Well, let's see what PA has to say to PA.
A lot of self-talk.
Cash it in, though, Hoss. Cash it in,
Cash
baby.
it in, he does.
Take it right to the bank, baby. Right to the bank.
I love it. Hey, one of these three guys is going to be cashing a fat paycheck tomorrow at a local bank. $100,000 on the line. So Allen starts with a double. Jarris working off a spare that he opened up his semifinal match with. That's what we saw in the quarterfinals. Take a look at our Motel 6 matchup here in the semifinals. Jarris taking on Allen. Both seeking their second major title, 16 total titles between the two of them.
Come on.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Yeah, seems to have refound that form we saw in the quarters. So a double for him, and now Allen.
Come on, Hoss.
Back in 2004, Allen was here as
A little
well.
better than last time on this lane, boss.
Finished second. Will finish no worse than third here this time.
Flip.
Turkey!
Couldn't wait, could you?
No, not at all.
Much better shot. PA threw on that lane.
Come on.
Further to the left. Took advantage of that Brooklyn in the first frame and made a good shot.
Earlier this year, he finished 48th at the Japan Cup. Number 2 seed
Come on, you gotta
here
go.
today in Milwaukee.
No rain delay, Hoss. Come on. Gotta go.
I'm loving listening to Allen.
Oh, that's pure, bro.
Pure, bro! Four-bagger!
Come on, Milwaukee!
It's good stuff. Patrick Allen barely snuck into the top 64 in match play. Qualified 61st. He says, hey, I caught the right guys at the right time.
2004-2005 PBA Player of the Year Patrick Allen has started off the semifinals with 4 consecutive strikes. Steve Jarris is working off of 2 consecutive strikes, looking for a turkey. Oh, nice! Nice turkey!
Boy, he just sawed the 7-10 out on that shot.
That's going to make a great replay.
Watch this. A couple of pins go into the gutters. Just kind of lean on the 7 and the 10.
Come on, right here.
Strike would tie things up.
Just do your job, throw a good shot. Come on.
We're tied.
Steve Jarris is known from the players out here how good he is. A lot of the folks at home watching don't know how good he is, but he's solid. Flies under the radar, real consistent, but he knows he's got his hands full with that guy right there.
Come on. That was bad.
Allen with much success in these large settings.
Split there.
Leaves the 7.
Should have re-racked. Picked your ball up first. You lose.
Interesting comments. PA said he should have re-racked. He picked his ball up first. To me, he looked a little rushed, even though he made a great shot there. But I think it was out of his routine.
When he says re-racked, what does he mean?
He was going to reset the pins, buy himself some time, ask for a re-rack. Even if the pins aren't off spot, players do it when the pins come down and they're off spot just a bit. They don't like the configuration. So they'll ask for a re-rack. A lot of times players do it just to buy time.
Cleans up the 7-pin.
I like you, I make spares.
Not sure who that was directed to. I love the fact that we have all these guys mic'd. I am thoroughly entertained by this. The southpaw getting ready for frame number 6. Well, he's really elevated his game during match play.
Says as the week progressed, he just started getting the feel, and he started throwing it better and better.
Hook a little, hook a little, hook a little.
What a good break there, getting the 7 out late, only leaving the 3-pin. You heard him yelling, hook a little, hook a little. He knew he got it a little bit wide.
Now, Allen started this semis with 4 opening strikes. Now he's trying to get back-to-back spares, and we may have seen the window open up for Jairus. So Jairus trails by, or rather Jairus leads now by 2. Big crowd here at Miller Park. $100,000 will go to our champion, Allen. Jairus fighting for the right to have a chance to make a sweet deposit Monday morning. Inside Miller Park. For the second time in 4 years, the Milwaukee Brewers Park, the host venue for the USBC Masters. We're halfway through our semifinal. Time now for our CLR clean sweep. Shot of the match from our quarterfinal showdown earlier.
Steve Jaros, 4th frame. Watch him cave in the 7-10.
That's my mistake. That was from our semifinals. Jairus won the quarterfinal earlier today over Walter Ray Williams Jr., 279 to 255. So this afternoon, Jairus has rolled 17 shots. 15 of them have been strikes.
Steve Jaros, from one match to the next, has only moved his feet 3 left and his target 1 board left. Thanks, Digitrax. And that's why you make adjustments. That's spare 5-bagger, and that's a 12-pin lead on Patrick Allen.
Gets a strike here. The lead swells to 22. Jairus from Yorkville, Illinois, about 30 miles west of Chicago, and here's a look at his numbers.
17th all-time career money. He just won his 40th regional title 2 weekends ago. That is a PBA record.
Tied with Pete Weber for most all time. 7-bagger.
Come on. Gotta fight. You gotta fight, dude. You gotta fight. Come on. Right there.
Patrick Allen looking for his 10th career Denny's PBA title and his 2nd major, both of which would make him eligible for the PBA Hall of Fame.
Player of the year back in 04-05.
That's what he needs to get back into this one.
He's a very humble guy for as good as he is out here. I think that's what keeps him hungry.
Allen can max out at 268.
The 1 or 2? PBA 2.
The official Denny's PBA Tour Fantasy Bowling League is back. New and improved for this season. The league is free to join, and new features this season, including mobile alerts and great new prizes. Join the PBA Fantasy League at PBA.com. Open to new players all season long.
See if we can get Pete Weber to teach you that chopping thing.
I got a lot to learn. I also want to learn the towel thing that that Norm did. I'm all about the trick shots. Here's Allen working on a strike.
Oh, it's got a hook. Jeez.
Late hook, missed badly.
Big whiff, leaves a washout. 1-3-7. This might seal his fate. With Jarris not missing, Patrick Allen in a world of trouble. Conversion here will keep him at 228.
So if he picks this up, his last 4 frames, spare, spare, strike, spare.
A chance.
Nice pickup. Oh, did he need that?
It keeps him in it. He can strike out and still shoot 248. Steve Jarris can strike out and shoot 290.
Ah, doing it.
That's the way you pick up the washout.
Jarris has made at least 1 television appearance in 17 consecutive seasons. The number 4 seed has never won here at the Masters. He's got a chance to make it to the finals. Drops in another strike. 7 consecutive X's for Jarris. He is now on top by 32 pins over Allen. Can max out at 290.
He's got it in cruise control right now. Making great shots, making the right adjustments, and he's got some good pin carry to go with it.
Looking for 8 in a row. Finding 8 in a row. There's Steve's wife, June, and his 8-year-old twins, Evan and Hannah. I might have to get some advice from Steve a little bit later on how to handle twins. Patrick did not like that one, but the result will suit him fine.
3 strikes in the 10th
That ball's
frame.
been out for a year. Don't mean you shouldn't keep buying it.
Gives Patrick Allen 248.
See what it does when you throw it
Steve
good.
Jarris just needs to keep the ball on the lane. Doesn't even need a mark.
Dugout. Whatever you want to call it.
Steve Jarris is in the 260s right now.
I'm going to miss Allen's conversations if he doesn't advance. I'll go ahead and admit it.
Oh, this won't be the last time you see PA this season.
You're right.
Yeah.
Got it again. Was making a late push here to tighten things up on Jarris.
This is what makes bowling on television so tough, though, Rob. 1-game matches.
Possible 248. Definite loser.
Well, he knows the math as well as we do. He can max out at 248. Again,
No
Jarris
possibility
can
of that.
max at 290. Looking for a 3-bagger here.
Thanks for letting me throw your balls, BG.
Who knows?
Wow, the second time he's whiffed on the 1-pin. And watching in the wings, the number 1 seed, Sean Rash.
Game over. Steve Jarris will bowl for the title. .279 in his opening match against Walter Ray Williams Jr., where he got all strikes but 1, 9 spare. Do the same thing here and shoot 290.
So if you know you have this one won already, what's your mindset going in with these last couple balls?
It's you know, a lot of times players will make adjustments and say, all right, well, let me see if I can get ahead of the transition before the lanes break down. If I move a couple of boards left, some players will throw a different bowling ball to see a little bit different reaction. But he's so locked in and so zeroed in. USBC did a great job with its oil pattern. I think he doesn't have to make much of a move.
And it's just grooving it down the lane.
Grooving on a Sunday afternoon.
Who sang that song?
Mamas and the Papas? I don't know.
Whatever it is, that's whatever.
The Rascals. It was the Rascals. That's
All
right.
right, let's keep it that way.
Oh, thanks for that.
Come on, man. It's not karaoke bar, it's bowling. You're not in Japan anymore, friend. Oh, man. Let me tell you, the #1 seed, Sean Rash, has got a hot bowler on his hands. A 290 for Jarris, following a 279 in the quarters. Man, oh, man.
22 out of 24 strikes in 2 games for Steve Jarris.
Left room for improvement.
And that who he's going to be taking on, the #1 seed, the Anchorage Assassin, Sean Rash. He's got fans watching him all over the country today. We'll tell you about that a little bit later. But up next, man versus machine. You're going to want to stick around for this one. The good money, people, is always on the machine.
Danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Oh,
Take
no,
that.
Randy, you didn't. So Jarris rolls a 279 in the quarters. Match 2 versus Patrick Allen. He was even better. 290 for Jarris. He started with the spare. Everything else after that was strikes. And we are set for our championship match. For Jarris, missed by 1 pin the all-time 2-game high of 570 set by Bob Lerner in '96. If he shoots a 261 in this match, he will set the all-time 3-game high.
I was part of that that day. I was actually the tournament leader.
Hit it.
Hello.
Get it!
Oh!
Well, he started the semifinals the same way, leaving the 10-pin standing.
And the only reason why the 10-pin doesn't go down is because something gets in the way of the head pin. And that may be the only way that Steve Jarris doesn't strike today. I don't see these two guys missing the pocket in this championship match. Whew. Made it by that much.
Wow.
Well, it's going to go down in the books as a spare, but that was this
Use a
close to
spare
a 9.
ball. Baby.
Here's the young kid, Sean Rash. Born in Denver, raised in Alaska from about the age of 6 months to 18 years, now resides in Wichita, Kansas. And he leaves one standing as well.
Sean Rash has never lost a game on television in his young career. You can see just how much deeper he's playing the lanes than Steve Jarris. We'll see if it pays off.
Nails it. Take a look at our Motel 6 matchup, a #1 versus #4 confrontation. Rash taking on Jarris. And as we said, Rash looking for his first ever major.
Steve Jarris has got a major victory to his credit. You see where their ranks were for the 06-07 season. Both had nice years. Sean 2 wins. Looking to stay unbeaten.
Much better. So our first strike of this championship match. And it slides over now to Jarris. His wife and twins in attendance, looking to become the first #4 seed to ever win this event. Owns the PBA records for the highest and lowest scores of all time on television, a 300 and a 129 in Lake Zurich in '92. He must have thought he was in Zurich and not Lake Zurich.
Well, right now he's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and he's doing nothing but throwing a boatload of strikes.
Only 3 frames have not been strikes today for Jairus.
Come on.
Looking to go up 10 with a strike. And for the second time, that 10 pin
A little better.
remains standing.
I think you got to get it around there harder.
You can roll the lanes with ESPN all year long on Sunday afternoons, including next Sunday. We're in Michigan for the 2007 Motor City Classic, the Denny's PBA Tour on ESPN Live next Sunday at 1 Eastern.
That spare a little more convincing for you?
A little bit. I like to see that 10 pin pop and get pulverized into the back. Sean Rash working off a strike. Rash's first televised bowling event, he flew his mom in, or rather flew in his dad. The second one, he flew in his mom. His dad, Gene, is here now. Mom back home in Anchorage with a big party, getting together and watching her son bowl. 3-hour time difference between Milwaukee and Anchorage. About 30 bowling centers in the entire state of Alaska, and Sean grew up going to the lanes with his mom and dad every Friday night, and they let him bowl before and after, and here he is.
Oh, God.
Brooklyn, take it, man.
Well, he just got a huge break there for his first time arena finals, and let's look at what Mr. Rash does. Check out this big cupped wrist at the top of the backswing right there. That's where he loads up, and that's where he creates all the power. Plus, look how wide open he is. Right at the bottom, he just uncorks it. Watch the wrist uncup, rotate around the bowling ball, and that's how he creates all the power and RPMs.
Rash, a 2-time collegiate All-American at Wichita State, which is where he lives right now. His 4 roommates and some buddies have gathered at his pad in Wichita to watch this one right now. And they like that. Let's hear it, Wichita. A turkey for Rash after an opening spare. Who wants to fill out a bank deposit slip with the number $100,000? One of these guys will tomorrow. All right, so we have hamburger eating coming up on the backside. We had sausage racing here. Angioplasties will be a little bit later in the day. I mean, I can't get enough sausage racing. Unfortunately, the sausages have they've left us, or at least I can't find them here. Let's see what we can do to get those sausages back. Maybe this guy can do it. Jeff Boget, the USBC president. Let's see what kind of clout he's got here over sausages.
Mr. Boget's got a lot of pull.
I don't doubt that at all. So Steve Jairus working off a spare here in the finals of the USBC Masters.
Good shot.
And just like that, a guy who had nothing but strikes all of a sudden has lost his carry. First miss on the right lane.
Now, this has not been what we've seen from Jairus in the first 2 matches. 3 spares, 1 strike.
His first missed on the right lane all day, but you look at the different styles of Rash and Jairus. Jairus is laying the ball down around the 13th board, about the 9th board at the arrows. His break point is about the 5th board. The power of Sean Rash, he's at the 21st board laying it down, going across the 16th board just inside the 3rd arrow, and his break point is just a board left of Steve Jairus's, the 6th board.
That'll get him back going here in the 5th frame, his 2nd strike of the finals. But he's in a 21-pin hole right now. Here comes Rash. He's all about television. 6-0 on TV coming into today's game. This, though, his first arena finals appearance. How does that differ your mindset coming into an outing?
The mindset can't change. You can't allow it to change. I mean, he's got to somehow focus and not look at this venue any differently. But right now, he's struggling big time on that right lane.
All right. This is something you and I were talking about before we came on the air, that, here's Rash, he's your #1 seed, but he has to sit for a good hour and change after warm-ups and watch these guys bowl. And how much does that really affect you coming in somewhat cold?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. You are coming in cold, and Steve Jarris has got all the momentum, bowling big scores, and Sean Rash watches, and he's trying to evaluate and say, you know what, this is what I see, this is how I'm going to attack the lanes. He does get warm-up prior to coming on. And right now, again, he's just struggling on that right lane. Thankfully for him, Jarris isn't doing what he did in the previous 2 matches.
Last season was Rash's first as an exempt player. He finished 15th in the PBA rankings. The fans, and I think some of the other players, had some higher expectations for him. He was actually okay with it. As we get set to open up the 6th frame.
He's not real sure right now, but he's got some time. He's got the lead in this match. Jarris is trying to figure out how to carry. Sean's trying to figure out how to get the ball perfect in the 1-3.
Perfect.
Good shot.
You saw that sign earlier. Rash is cash. He is at a minimum going to cash a $50,000 check. That goes to the runner-up, 100 grand on the line. And if you have twins like Jarris does, you can quickly go through 100 grand.
Steve Jarris has made a ball change. Let's see what happens with his carry percentage.
Good change.
Wow, is that out left field? Literally.
Or right field.
Okay, wait a minute. Check out how far this goes out. Remember, his break point was out around the 5th board. That was around the 2nd or 3rd board. But the result is what he's looking for.
Strike here will even things up. Seeking his 8th career Denny's PBA Tour title. And looks like he has found his groove back. There's Walter Ray Williams, the man who fell to Jarris in the quarters earlier today.
Tommy Jones sitting right next to Walter Ray watching this. What a ball change. That's gutsy. It's also experience.
That ball change has Jarris sitting on a turkey now. Here's Rash. Looking for a double.
Oh,
finding the double.
Come on, baby.
There's Rash's dad, Gene Rash. I think he knows the camera's on him. He'll be taking that one home back to Anchorage, so Mom Diana can watch.
Another great shot.
Yeah, baby, yeah! Come on!
The lanes have broken down and have allowed the players to miss right and left of their target. That's why the scores are so high.
I think he likes this one.
Yeah, baby, yeah! Come on!
Don't cheat me on the reacts of Rash.
A fly or something.
Jarris walks away.
That thing was big.
I thought they had the dome closed today.
They do have the dome closed, but I think a few intruders have made their way in. Jarris has one major under his belt already, but he's down by 20 pins here as he throws his first ball in the 8th. One, two, three, 4 strikes in a row now for Jarris.
A little bit slower speed with the ball change that he made is allowing that ball to get into the 1-3 at the right angle. But like I said earlier, when he made the change, that's gutsy. He hasn't missed the pocket all day long with the ball he was using. Didn't like the carry, changes bowling balls, and throws a 4-bagger.
Looking for 5 in a row. This will tie things up. We're tied. We are tied. And boy, he has taken a lot of RPMs off of that, hasn't he?
Yeah, he slows it down to get it to hook a little bit harder down the lane. The situation is simple. Sean Rash can strike out in the 9th and 10th frame to shoot 269. Watch this ball. It splits the 1-3 and the 8-9. Steve Jarris can strike out in the 10th frame for 259. Sean Rash can get up right now and win this tournament.
Again, Rash unbeaten in television appearances.
You can get hurt doing that.
Yeah, not when you're 25. When you're our age, we're going to need reconstructive surgery if we do that.
Yeah, you're talking traction.
I've done that 100 times this week.
Some visualizing going on for Jarris as Rash steps up in the 9th, looking for 4 straight strikes. Give him 4. It's not one yet, but it's this close.
And I think this is a shot that Sean has to be careful of. The last couple on this left lane have gone high flush. Let's see if Sean makes an adjustment. Maybe a little bit left with his feet. Keep his target in the same spot. Keep the ball from going high.
We enter the 10th frame. 10 pins separating the two. Needs 2 strikes and 1 pin to claim his first major. The 25-year-old Rash. That's the way to start it. Dad's pumped up.
Again, you see how high that ball went? Almost going right in front of the 9-pin. Watch this. Check out how far this ball comes back from about the 4th or 5th board. About the only thing that would leave is a solid 9.
Rash was a big baseball player growing up, had an 88-mile-per-hour fastball as a 16-year-old. Let's see if he's got a fastball or a changeup in store here as we continue in the 10th. A strike and 1 will win it for him.
Peel, yeah, baby!
Avoid the gutter ball and you got yourself a major, son.
That one came back from a long way. That's what power and revolutions will do for you. But he also had tremendous carry on that shot. He did what he should have done. Don't let the ball go high. This will be a fastball right down the middle. Sean Rash is going to win his first major.
Baby, yeah!
And a strike to boot.
Friend right there, baby! Yeah!
Man, awesome week. Way to go. Nice ball. Way to go.
Ah, what a great moment. Shades of Jim Craig going into the stands and finding Dad in Lake Placid. Oh, I love his excitement and his enthusiasm. Big win for the 25-year-older. They are celebrating in Wichita and Anchorage right now. Rash now 7-0 in his career on television, just 1 win shy of the all-time record for most consecutive wins to start a career on television.
What a day for Steve Jarris. Boy, I really have to tip your cap to him. He gave Sean Rash all he wanted, but Sean stepped up and did what he had to do to win.
And he seeks out the hardware early and brings it home. Not everybody on the tour likes this kid. Some think he's a little too brash, but when you can back it up, you're all right in my book. Rash at 25 has his first major.
That's a nice one right there. Wish you were here, Mom.
Enjoy it.